Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lakwe Adebajo. I'm a lifestyle content creator based in Edmonton, Alberta. I talk about life in Canada. I share about lifestyle content in general, home decor, personal development, and topics along that line. So if you like what you're hearing, make sure you stay tuned, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get an alert when new content comes out. And to my returning subscribers, guys, I know it's like I took a sabbatical during the summer because this is fall now and I'm back, but I'm back and I promise, guys, I'm back. Thank you guys for tuning in again. And yeah, I'm happy to be back. Let's jump into today's video. Today, we're going to dive into the art and science of achieving your personal goals. So sit back and let's enjoy the ride. Okay, so picture this. You're standing in front of your mirror and you're brushing your teeth and you're visualizing what your day is going to look like. Like, yes, I'm going to achieve this goal today. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then boom, you're not able to achieve that goal, right? It happens. Life happens. And these are the challenges we have to overcome, as an adult. And if you're someone like me, I usually start with that ginger, like I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Starting of the year, I have my goals lined out. And then you start, with that motivation. But along the line, things, life happens, things come, the distraction comes, you get overwhelmed with work, family, things like that. And then your personal goals kind of take the back burner. If that sounds like you, that's because it's happening to everybody. But hold on. So let's start with a quote I stumbled upon by Zig Ziglar. It says, "A goal properly set is halfway reached." And this quote kind of hit me like a ton of bricks because it made me realize that I've been setting my goals all wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the case with most people. So let's break it down into actionable steps. And you can consider this as a roadmap to achieving your personal goals. Step 1, set measurable goals. We actually do this at work, in my place of work, where if you have a personal goal, don't just say something like, I want to run the marathon, or I want to run a 5K, something like that, or I want to be fit. Like, make it measurable, like, for example, maybe run a 5K by next summer. So next summer is, June 2025. It's time bound. Don't just say, I want to get in shape, or I just want to be running once a week outside. Like, there should be a goal, with whatever goal you're setting. Like, once you put that time frame there, you then begin to create steps that will build up to achieving that actual goal. Step 2, write it down. There's something about writing things down. I don't know, there's just a different feel it gives you when you write down your goals. It's like you're making a contract with yourself, basically. And when you write down those goals, put it in a visual spot, somewhere that you will come across it every day. Like, for example, by your bedside, or if you have a whole office, on your table, somewhere where you get to see it every day. And a pro tip is to use a fancy book, or just don't make it like, the usual way you just write, like just writing just anything. Make it unique. Just like a vision board, for example, how you make it very fancy, that you use, different pictures, you use fancy pens, things like that. So, number 3, break it down. Remember how I said in the first step that you should, set measurable goals, make it time bound. Well, now imagine that you have a time bound goal. I want to run 5K by June 2025 next year. How are you going to get there? Obviously, you cannot just run 5K overnight, right? You have to build up momentum to get to that stage where you're able to run 5K conveniently. So how do you want to achieve that step? That's where the daily goals come in play, the weekly goals, the monthly goals and things like that. Imagine, I'll give you a very good example. Imagine having a cake in front of you. Do you know that you can actually finish that cake if you sit down there and keep eating slice by slice, keep eating and eating and eating. If you're a cake person. I haven't done that before, but you can do that. It's possible applying that to your life, doing things in bits, slice by slice, chunk by chunk until you kind of achieve that goal. Again, back to my illustration. So I want to run the 5K by June 2025. So how do I get there? Exercising 20 minutes or 30 minutes every day. And I'm mixing my exercises. Maybe on day 1, I run for 30 minutes. On day 2, I'm doing strength training. Day 3, I might do like a dance workout. Day 4, it might be Pilates. Day 5, I'll take a rest. Day 6, I might do some yoga or stretching exercises. Day 7, rest. And you start again. Day 4, create timeline deadlines. Okay, I know that's kind of confusing, right? Yes. So you have the big goal in mind, but for you to achieve the goal, you have to create, many steps for you to achieve the goal, right? Well, you have to create deadlines for those mini goals. Because if you don't create deadlines, imagine you're not creating deadlines. Okay, I'm going to give another illustration that makes more sense. Maybe I want to write a book. I'm an author, right? And I want to write a book. And my goal is to have my manuscript ready by, for example, maybe March 2025. And I have already said, my mini goal will be to write 1 chapter per day or spend 30 minutes writing my novel, my book, 30 minutes per day writing. And for me to make sure that I stick with that, I set alarms on my phone, and I have an accountability partner who will ask me, okay, so you said you're going to write Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What did you write anything? Let me see it. Maybe you wrote a page or whatever. Someone to keep you accountable. Number 5, visualize success. Okay, I want you, as you're watching me right now, to close your eyes and visualize achieving success at whatever goal you're hoping to achieve. Like maybe you're planning to pass an exam or run a 5K or write a book, whatever it is, just imagine it. Except you're driving, please just continue listening and you can do this later. But it actually works. I know it might sound cheesy, but these things actually do work. Just imagine yourself already in that place and you see how that will boost your morale just within seconds. Step 6, always plan for roadblocks, obstacles, because this is life. Like, that is just how life is. There will always be, roadblocks, hindrances to one's success. But obviously, that shouldn't bring you down or hold you down. Imagine a baby that is learning to walk, and if the baby attempts to, take one foot and falls down, and baby just remains on the floor crying, obviously, that baby will never learn to walk. But you see how babies are. They're very resilient, especially when they're learning to walk. They will crawl, stand, take the move, and fall, and they'll stand up again, and they'll continue until they become very good at it, that they start running, and you're the one that says, stop running, be careful, don't hurt yourself, So you have to keep trying. You have to anticipate what could happen. If, for example, if you're on a health, clean eating journey, for example, a health wellness journey, and so I've decided you want to clean eat. Sometimes you might not have the time to meal prep. What's the solution? Have an alternative, have a backup plan. Or you go for a party and you can see that the vegetable soup, the egusi soup, is so oily, and you have decided to take oilless, vegetable at home. Like, that's what you've been eating, and then you go out. Maybe part of your plan is like, well, this might come up once in a while, but that's okay. It's not a setback in your wellness journey. You might decide to eat it, but once you go back home, maybe you have like a detox juice or something, have a backup plan. Like, let all of this be incorporated into your plan. Let it be things that are part of your personal goal plan. Step 7 is to track your progress. How I don't know how many of you guys use the Duolingo app, how when you finish a particular level, you move on to the next level and you're rewarded with like a star, or like saying you've moved from the gold to the sapphire level, something like that. It's good to track your progress, because I don't know about you, but when I see that, when I was practicing, so I was using Duolingo for French, to learn French. When I was using the app, I get those notifications out, I feel elated, I'm like, oh yeah, I've reached this stage. Yeah. So that's the point. I don't know if it really worked, because my French is still very questionable. But you get the point. Like, you just feel good, like, oh yeah, I achieved this milestone. And that's even the way it is with my kids. Like, when I give them tasks to do and they do it properly, I give them a star, like, a reward for doing your work, and it boosts their morale and makes them anticipate the next task, and they're looking forward to getting another star or whatever reward it is. So a way to track your progress is maybe by journaling. I actually adopted journaling this year in my prayer life, and even in my personal life, particularly in my prayer life, and it has made a tremendous difference, honestly, in my prayer life. I feel like that's a topic for another day, because I don't want to delve too deep into that, because it has, like, that's a whole topic. But yes, journaling is really, really good. Like, you can voice your thoughts, you can get inspiration, just by, journaling, pouring out your thoughts, into a notepad, or even on your phone. If you have an iPhone, there's a journal app on the phone, on your iPhone. So step 8 is to celebrate your small wins. So we know we have that big goal in mind when you're planning to write an exam, or again, running 5K. And maybe you just started practicing running, maybe like once a week, for example. So maybe in a week, you're able to successfully run for 30 minutes without stopping. That is a win. That is a win. If you've been consistent with achieving those small goals, I feel like that's a mini milestone that you should celebrate before achieving the major milestone. So you should celebrate, reward yourself with something, like maybe buy a new workout gear, I don't know, anything. Think of something that you can use to reward yourself that will motivate you or propel you to achieving the major goal. Step 9. I know this one might sound a bit like a plot twist, but you should stay flexible. So the whole idea of, like having personal goals or having big dreams, it's to increase self-development, like helping you to be a better you, basically. So, and this has happened to me in the past. I've had goals that I wrote on my vision board, which I wasn't able to achieve, that I rolled them over into following year on year. And along the line, I realized that I'm not able to achieve this goal. Like, maybe I was being frank. I got to the point where I became frank with myself. I'm like, I'm not able to achieve this goal. So I decided to tweak the goal and make it more realistic to that time, the present time, the time I was. Let me think of an example. And I'll still use my running goal. For example, now, I started running last year. And imagine me saying by next year, maybe 2025, next summer, so June, July, I want to run a half marathon. I'll be lying to myself if I say that. If I put it on my vision board, I will just keep running to that, because I am not going to run a half marathon. Yes, I did start running last year, but my running is more just for, it was just more of, the goal for me was just to start running. It wasn't like, oh, I want to become an athlete, because I feel like I won't say I'm too old for that, but my body is probably not at that stage anymore. So my goal was just to begin running, and I kind of achieved that, even though I've not been consistent, but that's not here or there. So anyway, so imagine me saying I want to run a half marathon. I'll be lying to myself. So imagine if I actually did put that on my vision board, and then I realized this isn't realistic, So I'll become flexible. I'm like, okay, instead of putting half marathon, I'll just reduce it to like maybe a 5K or whatever it is, half marathon, whatever. Not a half marathon, a 5K. A 5K will be my ideal goal if I'm being realistic with myself for my present circumstance, right? So me changing that goal is not failure. It's actually wisdom, because it's you admitting to yourself that, okay, this isn't realistic, this is more realistic, this is what I can do within this time frame. And once you achieve that goal, guess what? You're ready to set a different milestone for yourself. So, and my 10th point, keep going. Imagine if at every stage in life you encounter a failure and you decide you don't want to do that anymore. Oh my goodness. Will we have any successes in this life? Will we have people who built the airplanes, who built bridges, who created, groundbreaking inventions that have helped us to this day. Like for example, my phone that I'm using to record, it was because of someone's persistence, someone's resilience. That's why this is in existence today, right? So you have to keep going. Like I feel like that is the magic sauce. Like no matter what, keep going. I'm talking to myself too because I've been on YouTube, and I will tell you the truth. If I was as consistent as I should have been, I probably would be, I would have achieved my milestone of becoming YouTube partner way earlier. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still showing up no matter what. I might take time off sometimes, because I get overwhelmed, with stuff, but I'm still showing up. That is it. You have to keep going. You can't stop. You just have to keep going. Okay, that's it, guys. If you have found this video useful, I would like you to pause this video right now, get a pen and paper, or if you want to do it on your phone, and think of a goal you've been wanting to achieve for a while now. Write out that goal. Make it time-bound. Make it measurable. And then, after today, set up mini goals that will help you to achieve that goal. Trust me, guys, these steps that I've provided to you today, I am adopting them in my life, and they are working for me. You're trying to be a good mother. You're trying to be a good wife. You're trying to be successful in your career. There's so many distractions, so many things trying to grab your attention at once. So you need a system that will help you achieve balance, per time in different aspects of your life at different seasons. So I want you guys to follow these steps, give yourself a time frame, and then come back to this video after that milestone has been achieved and leave a comment and let me know if these steps work for you. But that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share with your friends, share with your families, and leave a comment below if you resonated with any of the points I shared in the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I promise I'll be back with another exciting video on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.